Every game since the dawn of time has had guns, crossbows, lasers, AKs, and the people are tired of it. Wait, you're not tired of it? Well, valid, honestly. But what if there was another way? Can we make a space shooter game like Asteroids without the shooting that's actually fun? Well, we can certainly try. But first, I need to figure out how to actually make a game. Oh, frick. Alright, game engine. Need a game engine. Everybody uses Unity, so let's try that.
Hi, my name's Mark. For years, I've wanted to make my very own video games using software like Unity.
Oh, a Flappy Bird clone. Let's go. Haven't tried touching this since lockdown. But I have software experience, so I'm sure it couldn't possibly be that bad. It's been days. The old installation kept fighting the new one. I had to keep redoing computer-killing installs, and then I spent literal hours in the editor just trying to hide the freaking collider boxes, and I never could! So I made some totally original art and finished the game. Oh my gosh, it takes 10 seconds to run freaking Flappy Bird! Alright, so I've made the executive decision to switch from Unity over to Godot. It's 150 megabytes instead of 20 gigabytes, doesn't load slower than the Australian plate, and it's completely free and open source. I don't know about you, but I'm convinced. Goodbye, Unity. Go learn how to load Flappy Bird, you fossilized piece of bloatware. Alright, now I need to learn how to make a game in Godot. But where to start?
And so I got to work with Bracky's tutorial.
Oh yeah.
I've put together the most basic game I could imagine. Think of it like food without salt.
Alright then, let's get to work. That wasn't so bad. Okay, I've spent about a week studying the engine, and now I think we're ready to go. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, Asteroids. Asteroids, 1979, was one of the first in a now bottomless genre of shoot-'em-up games, where you and your trusty gun survive an onslaught of space rocks. But if we just take out the gun, you might have a hard time getting very far. So what if instead of a gun, our ship had a giant claw that could grab, push, and fling asteroids at each other to destroy them? That would be sick. So, let's open up Godot and get started. Just kidding! I got you, didn't I? First, I took out my pencil and paper and started brainstorming how this was going to work. Here's the plan. First up, Asteroids. I started off by opening up my favorite digital drawing software, MS Paint, and made some beautiful placeholder art. Then, I got to work on the code. In Asteroids,
1979,
the game is made much simpler because the asteroids don't actually collide with each other, just the player. But in our game, the player has to actually be able to grab and fling the asteroids at each other, so that isn't going to work. So I made the asteroids rigid bodies that would split upon colliding with each other. But this created another problem. On a collision, the asteroids split off children would all just smash together in one massive pancake. Ideally, debris should cinematically fly past in both directions. I tried a few different things, but ended up settling on a ghosting timer, where the asteroids would phase through each other for a short time window after spawning, adjusting based on the speed of the collision. And after a day of fixing weird bugs, this actually worked really well. Then, to make it really cool, I wrote some code allowing me to make the asteroids split into however many I want. 3, 4, 6, anything. I wonder if I just change this real quick. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh, it's not responding. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh, I'm so sorry, Godot. I also added some collision sound effects, and then had way too much fun playing Asteroid Pool. Huh? Oh yeah, I guess it's now time for the player. To make it so our character can push and be pushed by the asteroids, we're going to make him a rigid body, just like the asteroids. To add the claws, we make 2 more rigid bodies and connect them to the center with pin joints so they can rotate. Now, just add some thrusters to move, and it works great. Nope, 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 definitely not. Nope, nope. Wait, go back 1. Perfect. Oh my god! So apparently there's a bug where Godot pin joints will just straight up ignore your angular limits. Godot, it's been 2 years. How have you not fixed this? Well, new physics engine it is. And after about 1,000 more bugs, we have our player. Oh, and I also gave the player a grinder so they can shred asteroids in their mouth like a blender. Yep, makes sense. And it's cool and all, but why does it still feel kind of dull? Because it's missing a little something called impact. Currently, destroying stuff, one of the main aspects of the game, feels pretty empty. To make this fun, we need players to feel their actions have weight and power behind them. So, let's add some impact. I'm talking better collision sounds and some particles. I need to learn how to make particles. But where to start?
And so I got to work with Bracky's tutorial.
Oh yeah.
Today we're diving headfirst into the world of VFX in Godot.
So I made some sick collision effects with shockwave, smoke, and debris particles, and gave the player some sweet thrust effects. You know, I've come to realize that Godot's particle system is actually a really great system for making particles. And now we have some impact. Yeah, look at that carnage. Now, with our basic building blocks out of the way, how is this game going to work? When you destroy asteroids, you'll get points, with larger asteroids giving more points. As the game goes on, space will become increasingly chaotic and hazardous until you die. The goal will be to maximize your score and survive as long as possible, kind of arcade style. And for some reason, I decided to have infinite worlds. So let's start spicing things up. First, I added some different asteroid variants. Cracked asteroids split into between 3 and 8 children. And hardened asteroids are just completely unbreakable. I know, very creative. I also learned how to create some basic shaders and made gold and rainbow asteroids that give 10 and 100 times points. Then I added these really cool points labels. The background was looking a little boring, so I found this tutorial for a sweet Starfield shader by Fencer Devlog. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I made some epic screen shake effects. Yes, more impact! And so you can't get too comfortable, I made perhaps my greatest masterpiece yet, created a sick explosion effect, and added some mines. Not like that. There we go. Then I started on the asteroid spawning code. It will constantly spawn asteroids at random positions around the player, biasing towards where you're going and deleting them behind you, which creates a pretty seamless experience. And now, because I apparently hate myself, we're adding biomes. The way games like Minecraft do this is through noise. an algorithm that randomly generates values between 0 and 1 with smooth transitions between them. Think of it like a generator of hills with random height. To create simple biomes with this, we can simply stack two noise functions on top of each other and give them some random names like density and fear. When the density and fear noise are both above a certain value at some spot in the world, we call that a biome. And when they're below a certain value, we call that a different biome. And to make the asteroid field have more and less dense regions, we can tie the asteroid spawn chance to the density noise. Then, I lost my mind for a few days trying to add fancy biome fog without killing the computer and possibly my soul, and eventually gave up and did a simpler method. I'm fine, by the way. It's time to meet the biomes. Wastes. This is the default biome. It has asteroids, I guess. Chaos. A low-density biome full of cracked and hardened asteroids whipping by at deadly speeds. Don't get hit. Danger. Inspired by the Danger Zone from Angry Birds Space, rest in peace. This biome is a dense, endless sea of mines with pockets of gold and rainbow asteroids for the explorers willing to brave its depths. This biome is actually so sick, I love it so much. Alright, I think we're getting closer now, so it's time for some UI. Thanks to this absolutely amazing guy Cardo for his Godot UI tutorial. It was seriously so helpful.
All this theory is cool and all, but who asked? You did.
Dang, he called me out! So, after many hours, we have our UI. I also added a save file system and a trophy room where you could view your high scores. And if you're a real gamer, get some sweet trophies that don't exist yet, but don't look at that part. And to make it so you can't just farm points in one place, I gave each biome a sub-score. So now, you need a minimum of points in every biome to get the trophies. So go get off your bum. Alright, so to really make you work for those trophies, we need to make you die now. So I added a fuel bar, which I quickly rebranded to the shield bar. Mine and asteroid impacts damage your shield with this super cool shield shader I made. And when your shield is empty, it's one more hit and you're out. And eating asteroids will replenish your shield, so the grinder is actually useful now. Oh yeah, and rainbow asteroids make you invincible now. And of course, now we'll need a death screen with some very encouraging words to help you when you die. And of course, we can't forget to make the player death explosion massive. Impact. Then I opened up my favorite visual design software, PowerPoint, and made a beach ball. Yes, that's a beach ball, okay? Don't judge me. And you might be asking yourself, why a beach ball? To which I say, why not a beach ball? Oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever made. Yep, we're canceling everything else. This is the whole game now. Finally, I added my asteroid spawner tool to the main menu, so now you all can procrastinate playing Asteroid Pool 2. I feel like I've forgotten something. Oh yeah, the game needs to get harder still. So I wrote some code to support adjusting the weights in the asteroid spawner over time. And now, after 20 minutes, the game is basically unplayable. Exactly as it should be. Oh my gosh, I seriously need shield right now. Okay, sweet, gold, I need that. It is absolute calamity out here, it is utter chaos. Oh, I got it, I'm so good. Oh my gosh, I am so dead. I'm so dead. Oh my gosh, it's hardened? Why didn't I make a separate sprite for that? Oh, thanks so much. So to help you poor souls out, I threw together some icons in PowerPoint and made a tutorial level, because knowing how to play the game might be kind of important. Alright, the game's nearly done, but it's still looking a bit like it was drawn in MS Paint in 5 minutes. Probably because it was. So it's time for the art. Let's get drawing. Oh yeah, and size 4. I kind of forgot about that one. I upgraded our character sprite and made some sweet eye animations in After Effects. So now he can look at you with disappointment whenever you do something a little stupid. Then I drew sprites for the wooden, gold, and rainbow trophies. Oh, what's that? You want to see what the rainbow trophy looks like? Well, sorry, but you're gonna have to earn it in the game if you want to see that. And to make you really want those trophies, I made it so that each trophy unlocks a sick hat. Because if there's one thing I know about humans, it's that we'll move mountains for pointless cosmetic items. Okay, but what about the title of the game? Well, asteroids get their name because they reside here, in the asteroid belt. But what about all these other space rocks? What are they called? So the name of the game will be Meteoroids. No guns required. That's right, we're rebranding. They're Meteoroids now. There are no asteroids in this game. Get it right. And speaking of branding, I think it's about time we give the UI a glow up. That's more like it. Finally, I spent some time improving the pretty bad performance of the game, because it has to process hundreds of physics objects and my terrible code all at the same time. I mean, I would like to, honestly. But after some work, it ran really well on my computer. And this thing is a literal toaster, so if this thing can run it, I think most of you will be fine. I think it's ready. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfectly done. That's so good. That's good stuff right there. But on my terrible laptop, yeah, not a chance. Believe me, I tried. Now, just do a bit more testing and bug fixing, make an icon, do 1,000 more things I didn't show in this video, and we're done. If you're interested in playing the game, it's available right now on itch.io, links in the description. It's completely free, but if you want to help me pay for college, consider naming your own price. I'd really appreciate it. And since this is a first video, consider subscribing if you want to see more. And now, enjoy the gameplay. If you're interested, all the awesome music you heard in this video will be in the description. Go check it out. In just 1.5 months, I've gone from barely having tried a game engine before to releasing an actual game. So to all of you out there considering trying something, just do it. You'll never know you can until you try, and I wish all of you the best of luck on your endeavors. Believe it or not, 8th grade me actually came up with this idea back during lockdown. And although it took a little bit longer than he expected, I'm sure he's really glad that I finally made it happen. Whew. Well, I don't know about you guys, but after all that, I think I'm gonna finally go enjoy my game. Oh, and to all of you playing, beat you to the rainbow trophy, chumps! I got a head start! Right after I edit this video. Wait, how do you edit? Oh, frick.